What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob, doing the J.P. Wiser's Triple Barrel Rye. This Triple Barrel Rye is a combination of 75% double distilled corn, 24% single column still rye, and 1% pot still rye and column still rye. I'm not sure why they did the pot still rye and column still rye with only 1% of the rye, but overall it's 25% rye and 75% corn. It's aged in 3 types of casks, so virgin oak, ex-bourbon, and used Canadian whiskey casks. It's between 5 and 7 years old, so a combination of 5 and 7 year old whiskey, possibly some 6-year-old whiskey in there as well. And it's 43.4%. This one won a bunch of awards, won the Canadian Rye Award at the World Whiskey Awards. It's doing very well. It's a new release, and it's only about $31. Okay, so you get a nice little toasted note with this one, which I find is interesting for a Canadian whiskey. Like a toasted marshmallow almost. Some caramel for sure. This one's more to the like dessert-like sweetness as opposed to your fruity type elements that you would normally get. Yeah, caramel, roasted marshmallows or fire roasted marshmallows. On the palate. It's a nice pepperiness from the rye. Drinks almost like a bourbon, but not quite. It's that in between a Canadian whiskey and a bourbon. I actually really like this. It's a really good price. 5 to 7 year old whiskey, but it's high quality whiskey coming from a high quality distillery. J.P. Wiser's is banging out some incredible expressions lately. The dissertation I loved. Just one after another have been really, really nice. I had an opportunity to try the Union 52. I haven't tried the J.P. Wiser's 35-year-old yet, but I tried the Pike Creek 21, the Gooderham 17, and the Lot 40 cast strength, and all 3 of those were amazing. I'm lining up a bottle of the 2017 J.P. Wiser's 35-year-old because I do think it's good to get some exposure with that bottle. I don't think too many people have reviewed it yet, and I want to do that one before I get to compare it to this year's expression of the J.P. Wiser's 35-year-old, because that one's going to be cast strength. So I'm really looking forward to that one. There's a little bit of cinnamon here. You definitely get that rye nose. There's a spiciness to it, which is really nice. Like a spicy straw. That marshmallow comes through on the palate. It's buttery. Almost like a sweet buttery popcorn, or like a caramel corn or something like that. Nice. It's really nice. That's an A for me, actually. It's probably about an 85, but for $31, 5 to 7 year old whiskey, they were very specific as to what's inside. If you ask some of the ambassadors, they're very willing to share. which means to me that they're proud of this product. Okay, so I would be too. It's a good product. It's definitely worth picking up at $31. It's not readily available across North America. I think it's only available in Canada at the moment. But if they continue to produce this, I don't see why it won't go south of the border, because it's, in my opinion, one of those ones that can be an excellent entry level for the brand and build up the name, in my opinion. So I like it. That's an A. Better than, in my opinion, the 15-year-old and the 18-year-old, because you're getting a little bit more ABV, and you don't have to you're not just getting those corn flavors. You're getting that nice mix of rye, which is, in my opinion, excellent. Anyway, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can also follow me on Patreon to help support the channel. I'm gonna try to get through as much of this as I can in the next little while. Whatever I've been making from the channel has been going right back into bottles, buying merchandise, and that sort of stuff. So I do have t-shirts, and I'm making sweaters as well, if anybody's interested in those. I also have the Whiskey in the 6 hats that many of you have already seen. Okay guys, cheers.